Hello everyone. For this tutorial video, I'd like to explain how to actually make your character shoot in the tower defense game. Using a simple bullet script and simple motion for the bullets. In particular, we would first have to make a new sprite for the bullet. Like so. But we want to hide the bullet initially because we don't want it to show until you actually shoot. So you would do this by, when green flag clicked for when you start the program, hide. Like this. We would next use when I start as a clone and then show for when the character makes a copy of the bullet sprite. And we would go back to the main character and replace the hello placeholder script with a script to generate a copy of the bullet. With create clone of bullet. And it works flawlessly. However, even though we have the basic shooting script done, the bullet does not move, which we must also fix. So we would go back to the bullet and the script that starts at when I start as a clone, and then make it do repeat until, as we want it to not go off the screen. And then what we want it to repeat is move 10 steps forward. So we test to see if it works. And indeed it does. But only moves 10 steps in one specific direction, i.e. straight right. As we have not specified that it should point in the direction of the character shooting at. However, if we know a little trigonometry to determine the direction, we can actually fix this fairly easily. In particular, we would go back to the main character and have it broadcast the direction it is facing at all times. So we would do this using when green flag clicked forever set my variable to direction. And then we would rename the default my variable to player.direction. Now we have the bullet use this variable in a mathematical function by replacing the move 10 steps instead with changing the x and y components individually and we would change the x by the cosine of the direction as it is the horizontal part of the direction, and we would change the y by the sine or vertical part of the direction. However, What is confusing about the Scratch engine is that cosine and sine are reversed from their normal mathematical meaning. So you would use sine when you want cosine, and you would use cosine when you want sine. Like so. However, a problem with this code is that as soon as you rotate the player, the bullet will change direction, as the player is constantly updating the direction. So you would fix it to only use the direction when you shoot and no other time, by moving the set player direction to direction of player sprite, by moving it into the mouse down function instead. However, it still does not work as intended because all of the bullets update and not just the bullet you want to shoot at that particular point. So you would instead have the bullet point in the direction only one time instead of pointing in the direction constantly like we have now. And then have it move relative to its own direction after updating according to the player direction that one time. And it works appropriately now. Although I did mention we use repeat until because we do not want the bullet to go off the screen. The variables involved in the repeat until function are sophisticated, so I will not explain how to actually do it until the next tutorial, as we want to take this process one step at a time.
Don't forget to subscribe if you found this video informative, and make sure to see other tutorial videos, and follow me on either Facebook or Twitter for more content.